What it do? What it do? What it do, everybody, man? It is your gracious host, King Crowder, back again with another edition of Live on Sunday, man. Today's lesson of Live on Sunday. First off, let me start kicking it right here, man. Hopefully you enjoyed your week. Hopefully you got to be prosperous. You got to check on your family. You got to get a lot of things done that you wanted to get done this week. And I want to tell you, congratulations for making another 7 days, because it is not promised. And the reason why I wanted to say that, man, because a lot of times we go through life, we don't think about loved ones, family, friends, and other opportunities that we got going on, man, and how much we just got to appreciate what we got going on. If it's your first time here, comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. As always, man, give me your feedback and tell me what you think. Today's lesson, man, I want to dive into it kind of quick. I want you to know it's valuable to learn the lessons of history. It's valuable to learn the lessons of history. The reason why I want to hit that subject so hard, man, is that today's lesson, I want to really bark in on freedom of speech. Do we really have freedom of speech? Or do we just not know sometimes the consequences that come with that? If you have freedom of speech, I want you to always remember what comes after it, you must be willing to deal with. Because if you run your mouth, you got to cash the checks that you say. That's in life, business, professional. Make sure when you speak, when you talk, when you make a statement, when you do something, you are ready to back that stance up. If you did not know, Charlie Kirk situation shook the world up. People have been talking about it. But one thing I really want to talk about is that history has always showed us we don't have a problem with what happened. It doesn't. And before we dive into too much into history lessons, remember the book of the week. They were her property first. Phenomenal read. If you never read it, it is about the other side of the slave trade where women had access, had the right to cultivate, to teach, to actually show how men were treated, especially specifically in this country. Phenomenal read. My recommendation for the week, if you haven't read something, number 2, Arthur Crowder, baby. Things I wish my parents would have taught us, on Amazon. Definitely get it. Speaks on where we are in the country right now, how it affects us, and what we're going to be going through potentially. Let's keep tapping back in. Comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. All that good stuff, right? But I'd like to ask everybody a question. Since when did we have a problem with assassinations in this country? Follow me, follow me, follow me. We've never had a problem standing on business, sticking to our thoughts, saying what we mean, and doing something to people we disagree with. You don't agree with me? Let's go a little bit in the past 50 years and test that theory. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Harry T. Moore, Harvey Lew, Fred Hampton, Donald Trump, Ronald Reagan, JFK, RFK. We have had so many assassination attempts in this country of America. It's kind of shocking that people don't understand. It's kind of normal. In this country, if you say something that people disagree with, you can get touched for it. History has shown us it's a very common thing. You cannot be so outraged by it now when, historically speaking, we've seen it happen over and over and over and over again. For example, Malcolm X's children are actively in court now seeking justice 60 years since their father was assassinated. 60 years. We must know that assassinations, as horrific as it sounds, are in the American fabric and American culture. You, as an American citizen, just got to educate yourself on it. It sounds kind of crazy to say that out loud, but it's very true, man. We have a culture of, if I don't like what you say, I'm going to do something about it. Nose to nose, forehead to forehead, chest to chest. When I want to speak on a subject, I'm going to address you on it. Remember, freedom of speech is not free. You can say what you want, but there's so many consequences behind it. If I say something you dislike, I got to deal with that person and be ready to throw hands and deal with that. If I say something that I disagree with, I must be willing to expand, to address, and to handle confrontation behind it. And the reason why I want to talk about this so much is because the Charlie Kirk situation amplifies that message. We know it's a tragedy, right? But it was a tragedy when Malcolm X's daughters got to deal with that. We know he has a family. So did Martin Luther King has perfect people have a family. People have families all the time. People that have families get touched too. Why are we shocked by any of this behavior? It's just, when we have these conversations, we got to understand, man, it's a real thing. Yes, we're not for it. Get it, right? But let's not act like it's not the normal. It's normal in this country. It's normal in the United States of America for something to happen like that. Now, has it been as frequent in my lifetime, the millennials, Z, Alpha? Not so much. But if you are a boomer, you are a Gen Xer, they've seen it plenty of times. And it is not nobody's responsibility that you don't know the history and the facts of this country to know what always happens. And why am I bringing up you got to mean what you say and say what you mean? I'm going to give you Exhibit A. I want you to hear from the horse's mouth. The horse's mouth is the person that makes these statements, is the person that has these strong beliefs, strong opinions. You got to stand on it. Good, bad, or indifferent. Take a listen.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know.
I want you to pause and think about that for a second. He's making an accusation that you are not are smart enough to have something. You must get a crutch, a benefit, something you do not qualify for. I'm going to say this about a certain ethnicity of women. Let's let them keep cooking.
You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously.
Did you hear what he just said? Let us keep playing.
You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 52.
Maybe you were just overqualified.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know it's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course. That's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh, no. Imagine the world without Joy Reid.
I want you to point out something to y'all. He's mostly talking about women that are not from Black American lineage. Let's keep cooking.
Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think, as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policies that turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our policy.
When you hear words like this, right, as we continue to break down and give analysis, then you will hear the other side of the complicated legacy post Mr. Kirk's death. Take a listen.
Conservatives die, they leave no discernible legacy behind that can be pointed to that improved anyone's life at all. When's the last time you thought of Rush Limbaugh? When's the last time you thought of Jerry Falwell? These men were titans of their time. They spewed hate into the world relentlessly. The last thing Charlie Kirk said on earth was gang violence. He was stoking racial hatred. If you look at what he tweeted in the last 24 hours, it's all about trying to get people to hate Black people. Right? This is what he spent his time on earth doing. And he will be forgotten immediately, especially because he linked up with people on earth like Donald Trump, who use people, who don't think of people as anything but tools to advance his own agenda. He made a lot of money. He was a huge grifter, and his legacy will flow into the earth and be absorbed, and nothing will be left of him. That's what it means to be.
I think the biggest thing we got to understand about the Kirk situation, y'all, no matter how you feel about it, his legacy is complicated, right? You can have a feeling that I believe he was transparent. I can have a feeling that he's a bigot. But at the end of the day, his legacy is going to be complicated long term, because what he said was kind of shady, right? What he said was kind of on par with you going against a certain group of people. So his legacy is what it is. You can't get mad that you get that same energy, man. We can't. There really is so many different types of Americans, right? As much as we grow up thinking America is unified, in actuality, America's divided like a mug. It is. We have one side that says, I believe Charlie Kirk was X, Y, and Z. And we have another side that says, man, he questioned everything. When you make accusations questioning people's credibility based off their ethnicity, bruh, you already disqualified. To be anti-reparations before other people getting paid, bruh, you already disqualify yourself. So all the believers, the followers of Charlie Kirk, and I support his philosophy. It's up to you to uphold his legacy. We ain't gonna miss him. His philosophy was flawed. He gave half-truths. He was a controversial figure. Like many controversial figures of our past, Strom Thurmond, George Wallace, and others, the legacy will be bad. And there's no reason for his family not to want to show love for him. Respect. Everybody's family and legacy should redeem him in a certain way. Cool with that. But to act like everyone has to act like your beliefs have to be my beliefs, that your respect has to be my respect, hold on there. That's not how that goes, man. So like I said, man, he was just a tool like many others, like the other Sambos we see, bootlicks and all, and man, it is what it is. I don't know, man. Politics is a subject that we all must study. But when you make allegiances and make accusations and beat against your chest like that, it is what it is, man. I have no bad honor with it whatsoever. You made your choice. It's a tragedy what happened to you. But it's a tragedy what happened to Malcolm X. Hopefully he gets the justice that the Malcolm X children have not received one day, and they'll get the same thing, i.e. Fred Hampton and others. So we've seen this thing over and over again. The only part I'm shocked about is how we are so shocked that crime happens in this country. This is white on white crime, just like we emphasize black on black crime. Malcolm X was assassinated in front of his children. Charlie Kirk was done the same way for a radical belief and ideology that he believed in. It's what America's based off of. It's what America goes by. We shouldn't be shocked by it. That's my whole point. If you know American history, you know this is common. Assassinations, we believe in it, we support it. Gun rights, gun activists, we believe in it, we support it. No matter who goes against it. We'll be mad for a few days and then we go about our way. It's just what it is, man. It's par for the course. So knowing one thing I want everybody to remember from this open lesson, freedom of speech is not free. You have the ability to say what you want to say, yes, but you cannot control how people will respond to you. You cannot control how people are going to come at you by what you say. Remember, you got to stand on business. You cannot let your mouth write a check that you got to cash. Any analogy, any saying that you want to hear, no. It's all the same with it. You got to be able to stand on what you say. And my final message is this too. If your legacy is complicated, don't expect other people to uphold it more than your family will. That's it. Next, we all watched the fight of the century last night, going against our same team, Terrance, Bud, Crawford. down 2 weight classes, the underdog in the fight, didn't have the momentum, did not come out with a huge entourage and a huge crowd, hailing from the small side of Omaha, Nebraska. Terrance Crawford, man, gave Buddy that work. Canelo was completely outmatched. Canelo could not hit Crawford. Canelo is not an excellent boxer. You know what I took away from this fight? You know how they had those accusations that Canelo was dodging black fighters? He might have been. How Canelo didn't want to fight people of black ancestry because it looked like it. Man, it looked like he might have. It looked like he was dodging that speed because he could not attack that man. There is no way that you could not get any punches off. Not a jab, not a hit, not a tuck. Canelo looked slow, slew-footed. He looked like he couldn't move at all. If it was up to his best legacy, please avoid Benavidez. Please do. Please avoid David Benavidez, man. Canelo, I know you got the money, man. I don't know your lifestyle, how you living, brother, but you got that bread. My best advice to you, pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up. That boy from Omaha, Nebraska, beat your ass. That boy from Omaha, Nebraska, beat you down. It was not fair. It was not competitive. The entire fight, Bud was walking you down. I know he's a puncher. It showed didn't like he had his legs up underneath him. I know they said he was in great shape. It showed didn't look like it. Ain't nowhere in the world you ain't leaning on that man. Man, listen. He was exposed last night. Canelo's old. Canelo is old. Canelo is old. Canelo is old. Stop boxing, bro. If ain't nobody on your team gonna tell you, you did not look good last night. If Bud had your power, you would have hit the canvas. If Bud had your power, Canelo, you would have bit that dirt. You would have bit the dirt, dog. I was watching it, and it wasn't even a fair fight. You couldn't hit him. You couldn't outbox him. You didn't have anything but your wild punches. You are a striker, i.e. Deontay Wilder. Which Deontay Wilder has a good routine, right? Once that right hand is done, ain't nothing you could do. That man was walking you down, posting you up, zooming you in, out. Listen, it was a clinic. How we just said in the first segment, don't let your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash. Crawford crashed all his checks. He shouldn't have been the B side. He shouldn't have been the A side. Canelo was the B side. And I got something to say about this too. And it's very interesting to me. It came to me while I was watching the fight. You notice how when Canelo came out with the Mexican flag and people were cheering for him and he was viewed as a Mexican national? This is my white Americans right here. Bud Crawford is an American superstar. Why was it white America cheering for Bud like they should have? Am I missing something? How come President Trump ain't shout out Bud Crawford for beating up a Mexican citizen? Did y'all notice that, or was it just me? I noticed during that fight, there was not the same energy, love of a middle of rural America's. What? Bud ain't getting no support and love that he's supposed to. Did you see everybody going crazy for Bud last night? It felt different. He is an American icon from Omaha, Nebraska, right? He is an American superstar from the rural America that certain sides of the segment love, right? From Omaha, Nebraska. I didn't feel that love, man. And to say that a guy that comes from a country who is a superstar in this country, that Crawford can't match that, it gave me an eerie feeling. Did y'all feel that? I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it. You know, I could be the friend that look at stuff too much different way, which is true. That is my style. That is my preference. I'll keep it a hundo on that. But I was looking at it like, man, Bud ain't getting that fervor, that admiration. That Bud was supposed to have that last night. He didn't get that. He didn't get that. I saw a lot of Black Americans cheering him on, being happy, but I didn't see the other side. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel the fervor by one of America's greatest lightweight champions ever. We got to start putting this man up there. He's the greatest of his era. Hands down. Walk him down, puncher. He's not a defensive strategist like Floyd. He's not. Floyd and Bud, completely different fighters, but Bud Crawford proved and cemented his legacy. 42-0. Ain't nobody give him nothing. He came out ready to go. No entourage, no people, no huge crowd behind him. He just came in standing on business, man. And what the beautiful part about how Bud went about it is that, man, he ain't no flash. Bud humble, no chain, no jewelry, no music, no star. He walk in like Iron Mike used to, ready to go. Cornrows, I ain't had a haircut in a minute. Didn't even like he brushed his teeth that morning. Bud was locked in, looked in shape, looked ready, looked like it. You could tell he loves the sport. Don't forget it, man. This guy's from a small town. Omaha got boxers. They got the greatest boxer ever out of this generation. It just didn't feel the same, y'all. I don't know if y'all felt it the way I did, but for the brother to be from Nebraska, it didn't feel like they put on for him enough. It didn't feel like the love was strong enough. I noticed it. I felt it. But I want to say to Bud Terrance Crawford, man, you represent American Black man at the apex, man. I love what you stood for, Bud Crawford. I love how you're a family man, a father, how you take your craft serious, how much in shape you are, how dedicated, how respectful, how mannerable you are, Bud. You are one of our greatest boxers ever, man. Salute you, brother. Salute you, King. I'm proud of your legacy. If ain't nobody gonna clap for you, Bud, he ain't probably gonna do it for you, baby. I'm gonna show you the love, the admiration that you deserve because you are one of our greatest ever. Moving on. Speaking on something else I saw, man. Y'all know me. I get to scrolling on TikTok looking for content. Twitter, I look for stuff. And I've tried to find things that are thought-provoking, interesting, and also make me learn, laugh, and listen. And I ran across a guy, and I'm sorry if I really don't like this dude. I really don't like this dude. I don't know if y'all may know him. I'm a sports guy. Everybody might not be. But his name is Emmanuel Acho. You know the main reason why I don't like him that much? I don't know if y'all remember that story. We had uncomfortable conversations with a black man. You ain't a black man, brother. You a Nigerian man. That was the number one thing. Do not say you represent me when you make it clear that you are from a different country, which is cool. But you are not a Black American man from the foundation Black American lineage. So it's really hard for you to have uncomfortable conversation with a black man if you don't have a history of legacy behind it. Number one. Number two, the brother come off as disingenuous, man. He does. Every time I hear a talking point, it don't sound like it come from here. It sounds scripted, rehearsed, practiced. I don't think I've ever heard him have a point that was stand on business, that was authentic, that was strong, that was fervor, that represented, that was like, damn, that was actually good. It's just, yeah. So when I hear him talking, I see his shine, and not saying he ain't been a good athlete, not going at that. But his career path he in, where he's supposed to be doing that, I just don't feel it, bro. And you try to represent the brothers. I'm a Black American man. I don't think you represent me like that, bro. You don't represent the culture I come from. You just don't do that. There's no shade. I just like to keep it 1,000 with you. Most people might not tell you, but at least I can keep it real with you and tell you that it's not genuine, bro. When you speak, when you have a conversation, it feels like you keeping it 50%. Represent your culture, represent where you come from. Don't cosplay, because I can feel it. And other people like me, that Black American man, can feel it, bro. You don't represent for that. And that's just keeping it 1,000 with you, bro. That's it. So I'm going to let you hear his take on Charlie Kirk. And I just want you to see what it look like when you straddle the fence and you don't really just keep it 1,000. And you don't. Let's take a listen.
The death of Charlie Kirk for a couple reasons. Number one, I mourn for his wife. I mourn for his children. I mourn for his loved ones. I mourn for all of those that loved him. And as a human who has empathy, regardless of your political views or where you stand on the aisle, right now it's time to mourn with those that are mourning and weep with those that are weeping. And so that is what I'm literally and figuratively.
I don't believe none of that shit. Man, you don't even sound like you mean it. Mourn with who? Man, I don't know what it is, y'all. I apologize. It just sounds like this man be lying. It's not believable, bro. It feel like an act.
Doing when I look into so much of what people love and loved Charlie Kirk for, I'm like, okay, Emmanuel, your empathy is birthed from a belief that no person should die before their time, and absolutely no person should die as a result of gun violence, especially outside of war. But Charlie Kirk, he proudly stated that death by guns is a price we have to pay for our Second Amendment right. I've just been in turmoil all day, and my heart is hurt. It's been heavy. It's been weeping.
It sounds like you giving a safe answer, bro. Charlie Kirk was right because he stood on what he believed. Good, bad, and indifferent. You never respect the brother for why he believed. Reason people like Trump. You can hate, dislike, but you know where he stands at. People like people that know where they stand, that stand on business. You get respect whether if I agree with you or not. That's what it is, bro. All this pandering and I know my heart. Man, listen, that shit sound fake in the motherfucker, bro. It sounds so fake. It sounds so fugazi. It feel like ain't nothing you saying real. It don't.
Weeping for his family, it's been weeping for his loved ones, and I don't really know the words to share, because the moment I want to share like another senseless death because of a gun and because of gun violence, I'm reminded that some people believe, hey, it's worth it. And Charlie Kirk said, hey, it's worth it. People will die by guns to protect our Second Amendment rights.
To me, man, whenever you straddle the fence, people don't like that. I don't like it. I don't like people, either you have opinion or you don't. Straddling the fence, that bullshit, man, look, I don't want to hear that, bro. You have an opinion or you for or against it. Or you act like, say what it means. All that, I'm going to be neutral, I'm going to be in the middle, man. That shit make me not want to be around you. That means you a snake to me, bro. Either you going to have a stronger feeling or a strong opinion, and you going to let it be where it is. But I feel and I mourn, but I'm for it. Man, listen, man, he died saying what he believed in. It's not complicated. He felt how he felt. Cool. He can feel how he feel. I can feel how I feel. It is what it is. But acting like I got to mourn and accept you like your family member, ain't nobody doing that. If something happened to you, demand them up. You ain't mourning what you doing. Only your family will, bro. And that's cool. But acting like you gonna have the loved ones and the other one respect and admire you, and I gotta feel that obligation because they felt that way. No, sir, that's not how that goes. That's your family and their perspective. I'm gonna give you my perspective. We ain't gotta rock with it. Good, bad, or indifferent, bro. I ain't gotta dislike what you saying, like you ain't gotta like what I'm saying, but I don't give a damn. That's the beautiful thing about it, man. If you can't give an opinion, I can't respect it like mine, it is what it is, bro. But that whole straddle the fence, I speak for this issue, I am the voice of reason, man. I'm my brother wise, man. Fuck all that, man. I don't know why I don't like it, bro, but I just don't, man. Like I said, it's just when you meet people that straddle the fence, when you meet people that don't have a strong opinion about something, man, it kind of shows it quick. Like, man, brother really ain't 100 like that. We're just not. You're not. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Who you are is who you are, bro. Good, bad, or indifferent. I respect it. I do. But acting like I gotta sympathize, that ain't how that should go. It don't, man. Moving on. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to find the Breakfast Club clip, y'all. 1 second. A Ben Shapiro on it. I want to say something. Whenever we have people that go onto platforms that speak not to our intellectual class, but our entertainers, remember, they do that because they don't like to talk to real black people. Follow me. Ben Shapiro will go to the Breakfast Club, but he will never have that straight conversation with Tariq Nasheed or Jason Black or me. He won't. Why won't he do that? It is consequences behind it. If Ben say something to me out the way sideways, he can get packed up. Not saying violence is the answer, but man to man, when I know why I'm on the intellectual capacity level as you and I push stuff back on your shoulders, it's different. I can go and say things and not be as prepared against people that are not as prepared as you. So I want you to always remember this, y'all. Activists or white guys like this gentleman, white supremacists, suspect white supremacists, talk to entertainers, not to our intellectual class, and that's purposely done. And I want you to see this vocabulary scrimmage between these two, and we're going to respond to it. But it also shows that when people disagree with you, you having a certain agenda that they must align with. So if they don't align with your agenda, they can only believe in what you believe in, Ben, on your platform and in your synopsis. They must believe what you say. They must fall in line with what you believe. Or if I question you intellectually, it won't work. Again, I get about the legal stuff that you can't talk about. But that was an opening home that Charlamagne should have ran through. I would have ran through that by saying, I get your point, but if they don't agree with you, they must align with your beliefs. Everybody under you must be 10 and 4. Nobody's allowed to push you, challenge you, ask you questions. I must align with what you say. And if I don't, Ben don't want you. That's what I heard. And there ain't nothing wrong with him just saying that's what I want. Respect it, Brody. But you making it seem like it was an option. You're an intellectual guy. I'm willing to have tough conversations. When in actuality, that ain't what it is. That video to me is when you come to somebody and you don't push back enough. You feel what I'm saying? That video to me by Ben was a perfect example of I'm going to give an answer without giving an answer. I'm going to ask a question without being pressed. I'm not going to dive into that conversation deep enough, even though I understand that ain't my situation. But there was a few gaps and holes in my mind would have made me want to run through and walk through. I would have had to ask the question about, man, what about this? What about this? I would have had to follow up and say, what about this? What about that? You could have just told me that and that would have been our way. Again, you got to understand, y'all, many people with Ben Shapiro's ideology do not talk to our intellectual class of black people. They don't. They talk to college kids. They talk to entertainers. They talk to ones who they feel they are superior to mentally. Anybody that can challenge them, debunk them, I notice this kind of don't holler at them. Ignore them. Don't talk back to them. It's kind of true. His second subject, which is the most important one to me.
Democracy under Jim Crow.
What about redlining? What about the prison to school pipeline? I got to play that back from the beginning, man. I got to play that back from the beginning. Sent it to you, Mike. When you have a conversation with somebody about reparations, the first question I want anybody to ask, are you pro or against cash reparations for the descendants of Black Americans? Remember that. Are you for or against reparations, cash payments for the descendants of Black Americans? Period. Once you say yay or nay, then we continue to have a conversation. Until they answer that question flat out and in the beginning, it doesn't matter, man. Like I said, a lot of people, what's good, Mike, that we had that conversation with, that we talk about when they had that conversation about reparations. It's never to their agreement point, Mike. I'm catching up on the Breakfast Club interview this week, Mike. I'll get your take right after this, family. Let you chop it in. Mike,
What's up, brother?
talk to me, man. When you hear that topic about Ben Shapiro speaking on the subject of reparations, I know Mike got strong feelings on this one. How do you feel about that shit?
The money that we send to Israel on a monthly basis is horrifying. I've done some research myself. We spend so much money and send so much money. Excuse
Bless you,
me.
bless you.
Excuse me. To Israel that we could have had free healthcare and free education. Did you know in Israel they have free healthcare and free education? Did you know that the United States, like he said, sends 3 billion over there in a year? In a year. Why are we sending Israel 3 billion every year? For what? Who sanctioned this? When did this come about? Do you know what we could do with 3 billion every year? The United States could look like Dubai. Who
I have a
sanctioned it?
hard time when they go to platforms like that, Mike, and they speak on reparations. I hate to say it, Charlamagne and them are not educated enough on it. You know what I mean, Mike? You
No.
can tell they're entertainers. Like they need like me or you up there to be like, hey, bro, why is because it's like you can tell. I don't know if they not know the questions, Mike, or they just not gonna be controversial. What is your take on that? Because I do feel like they're unprepared. Envy don't say shit, which Scott shot.
They're unprepared every time because this is not their plight. This
Cook.
is not their plight. If you look at it, they have already received their reparations. They have a nationally syndicated radio show, and more than black people listen to it. People all over the world.
That's a great take, Mike. Keep cooking.
So I believe that they don't have a plight. It's almost like when I said Obama was raised by a white woman, right?
That's the truth.
So Obama never had a plight for making things better for black people because he grew up white. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
that's real. That's Drake's problem.
so I
That's what Kendrick
feel
pointed out. That's what Drake pointed. That's what Kendrick pointed out. It's
I
real.
feel that Charlamagne, Envy, anybody on that show has already received, excuse me, has already received what they need to receive to be okay. So they're not gonna say anything about that at all.
Mm.
I think they can't say anything about it at all.
No, I also think for me too, Mike, you can tell that the people like that are white intellectuals. They never talk to our black intellectual class. Do you notice that, Mike?
No.
They always talk to college students, men that are not on the intellectual capacity same level as them. But I notice whenever that they only talk to our entertainers. I notice that a lot. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
because the entertainers may be smart, but they're not the smart class. Tara, I'm glad we're talking about this right now because I had this conversation. You know, I was out of town for work.
Mm-hmm.
I had ended up having the reparations conversation with two different races, and
Mm.
it was a very good debate, very good debate. But I had it with the white woman who has grew up poor, and poor as she calls it, dirt floor, goodwill poor. Okay, and I have excuse me. I have had this conversation with the immigrant, someone who is not native to this land, who is of the Hispanic descent. And to my surprise, I knew the white woman would say the things that she said, but to my surprise, the Hispanic gentleman also said mirrored the white woman. So the white woman was said, "How long are we going to complain about slavery?" I said, "What you mean until it's made right?" I said we gave the Jews money, we gave the Japanese money, we gave the indigenous people of America money, we gave all these type of races money to right the wrongs. I said we gave the Jews money and the Holocaust wasn't even our fault. I said we gave the Japanese money after Pearl Harbor and we put them in internment camps. I said we gave the Native Americans free education and land and money and casinos that are tax free. So she was like, but you yourself haven't um been disenfranchised by what slavery was and what Jim Crow was. Look at this good job that you have. You're a homeowner. I was like, are you serious? I said, do you know how much more I could have as a black man if your ancestors didn't disenfranchise my ancestors at all.
Ma'am, have you been to the 757?
Right.
Have you
No,
not
she
seen them
wasn't from here.
gentrified Norfolk?
She was from Indianapolis, Indiana.
A
So I talked
sundown
to the
state.
yeah. So I talked to the Spanish guy, right?
I'm not
What's up?
shocked by them at all, Mike. They think they're white. A lot of them do.
No. And I was just looking at him. I was like, so where is your take on reparations? He was like, come on, bro. How long y'all gonna say, oh, slavery? I said, man, until it's right. Like, T, I am such a, and this is when I knew that we, real niggas, are the only people fighting for this.
Well, you have to remember, Mike, we don't have the spirit. And this is the conversation I have with a lot of people anyway, Mike, because I had the same conversation. Our lineage has a spirit. People talk about black culture, right, Mike? You know what black culture is and nobody says, Mike? Resistance,
Right,
justice,
right.
activism, standing on business.
100%.
That's our culture. A lot of other cultures, Mike, have a spirit of just leave it alone.
Yes.
They did what they did. It's all right. Hell no, it ain't all right. We
This
want
is
our
the,
just due. We
hey,
gonna
Terrell,
keep
this is my
talking about
favorite
it.
one. This is my favorite one. Well, I didn't enslave you. My parents didn't enslave you. My grandparents. I said, yeah, but your great grands enslaved my people.
Mike, how about this? They didn't enslave us, but they was a part of Jim Crow.
Right, my nigga. And she
As we
was
forget, Mike, my grandmother experienced segregation, Jim Crow. Your grandmother
100.
experienced segregation. My
Bro, no,
grandfather,
my mother, because my mom's a little older. My mother remembers when they first opened up Sears, nigga, and it had a color whites only, bro.
Mike, it's not that they try to force that you need. No. It has
No,
been a generation ago, Mike. We are the first ever children, Mike, that is post a race segregated society. And even
that's what I'm saying.
is it even post, Mike? How many
No,
racist
it's
stuff we didn't deal with, Mike?
yeah,
We didn't deal with all type of it on sides.
bro. And I came to the realization that because, bro, I've had this conversation while I was out of town. I don't know what made me stand on this and have this. Oh, I know what it was. The murder of Charlie Kirk.
You go cook after that.
Bro, I had to stand on business because it's just like, dog, they really do believe, all right, that's been enough. It's been enough for you. Why are you complaining? We're tired of the complaints. You're tired of the complaints, but nobody has. And so, bro, I had to get her. She was like, "Well, you grew up different than I grew up. Your parents had money, and you're black." I said, "Ma'am." I said, "Okay, I may not be the statistic at all." I said, "And I'll ride for that, right?" I said, "But you had the opportunity to go to college out of the country, my nigga. She told me she went to college out of the country. I was like, bro, do
Don't
you know how
sound
many
very
people?"
poor to me, Mike.
I was like, but you said you live on the dirt floors. I
Mike, don't
said y'all
sound
was
very
living on
poor to
dirt.
me.
I said y'all was living on dirt floors, but you went to college in Australia.
Don't
That's
sound
not
very
normal.
poor to me, Mike.
That's not normal, bro. And so I argued these people down, dog. And I was like, do you know that I honestly am not a Negro? I am native to this land because of the Indian Act of 1865. I was like, bro, there was not 4 million slaves coming over here on a slave boat, my nigga. I was like, if you believe, because she was like, well, I only believe that the people that got taken on the slave boat. I said, okay, I said, realistically, that was probably about 1 million people. I said, but the other 3 million were here already. How about that? That's
Mike, how
what
about
nobody
this?
tells you.
What she said, Mike, is I'm white if I say so.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro. Bro,
Again,
I'm
Mike,
talking
now
about.
Mike, I go even deeper with it. Let's say it was 4 million that came, right, Mike? Let's do the math, Mike. They came South Carolina and Florida. How the hell they get to Texas,
100.
Missouri, North Dakota,
Right,
Indiana, Montana, Oklahoma, Arkansas? Explain that to me.
bro.
Like I
I
said,
asked
Mike,
her this. I
Yeah.
asked her this. I said, "We work in logistics. We work in shipping and supply chain logistics." I said, "How much sense does it make to have product coming on a boat? You chaining it all together. You're not giving it barely any water, barely any food. You chaining it all together, and you have multiple forms of slave ships. 20 to 30% of your product is dying. That is not good business."
Mike, where the ships at?
Right. We keep
That's the main
everything.
question to give
Hey,
me, Mike.
hey,
What
we keep everything else. We ain't keep none of those.
anytime I had that conversation, Mike, I always say it makes no sense. And how did they know how to do the land, Mike? They weren't from here.
Right.
Remember how they said they were master craftsmen of a place you've
Exactly.
never been? Like you said, Mike. And to touch back on that point of Charlie Kirk, Mike, I had this conversation this week. When did we start having a problem with assassinations, Mike?
America done killed so many people, bro. Blood on our hands, bro.
Right.
Blood is on our hands, bro.
Mike, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers. When do we have problem with assassinations in this country? JFK,
JFK.
RFK, Ronald Reagan, Trump. When did we have a problem with that, Mike? It is what it is. It's normal, ain't it?
Bro.
We shoot niggas. We
Bro,
shoot
I
niggas.
had to, and God rest his soul, one of my friends from Hampton, and I'm gonna say this on the pod, bro. We are our brother's keeper. When our brother says something not in tune or align with the black plight, and it makes you question them as a brother, it is your responsibility as a brother to get your brother in tune, and you don't have to do it ugly. You could pull them to the side. Hey, brother, is everything okay? Read and understand what you said online.
Well, Mike, you
And
got
we
to
have to.
understand. The word is off code, Mike, what you saying. I got
Right.
you, baby. You are off code. And we got to understand something too, Mike. Some of them are Sambos, Mike.
Bro, I say that to
Sambo
say,
is out here, Mike. You are on code, Mike.
bro, I say that to say my brother from Hampton Band made a statement, and he's a pastor. He said Charlie Kirk's was a martyr for the Christian race. And you know, bro, I could not go to sleep until I said something to this man. I I had him politically correct. See, I was like, my brother. I was like, have you seen any of the videos that this man has put out? I said, yes, he may align with your Christian values, but he does not align what Christians believe that Jesus was to be.
Mike,
I
you
said
missed
this.
your opportunity, Mike. You know what you should have asked him? How do
What?
you feel about the Carmelo Anthony trial, brother?
Ah, nah, I
Mike,
ain't
you
even
missed
say
your
that.
opportunity. You know, Mike, you politically woke. You should have definitely said, Mike, how do you feel about reparations, brother?
Hey,
That would have
look.
told you everything you need to know, family.
Hey,
So if
look.
that
I
was
just
wrong,
got it.
right? Do you feel the same way about Carmelo? And Mike, we ain't forget. How do you
We
feel about
did.
that, brother?
We
How do you
did.
feel about
And
George Jr.?
I say this, bro. I had to send this nigga like 4 videos. This nigga was like, oh, cause I was like, bro, you need to watch what you aligning yourself with, dog. This shit wild that you said this nigga was a martyr for the Christian
What
race.
church he go to, Mike? I ain't going there.
Right. So I got him straight, bro, and he thanked me though, like, and it was a good exchange. Like I ain't cuss him. I was just like, bro, you gotta understand what you saying right now, and this is what you saying, and this is the person that you saying about. I was like, I don't think you seen the videos I seen, my brother.
No,
Like you
no.
feel
Like
me?
you said, Mike. I mean, and thank God that Mike had the time to do that, Mike. But you got to think, and you, one of our brothers don't go to church, Mike.
Right.
You saying Sambo, he's a good what?
A martyr for the Christian race.
So was Carmelo Anthony a martyr being a child that was bullied and had to self-defense himself? Like I said, Mike, I just asked the
Right.
other question. How do you feel
Right.
about that, brother? Are we martyrs? How do you feel about reparations, brother? Give me, Mike.
Right.
I go right to it. That tell me everything I need to know, Mike. If you are against reparations, why? Like you said, Mike, let me hear why. Well, I
Bro,
don't believe.
and
Go ahead.
everybody's gonna say the same thing. Oh my God, how long has slavery been? How long was Jim Crow? I think black people need to stop whining. Stop whining.
Mike,
Stop whining.
Mike, you know my follow-up question always is, family, you miss? that you missed? He want to try. We ain't gonna respond, Mike. My follow-up question is always this, Mike. So, do you believe Jewish people deserve reparations still?
Correct, because we
And I
give it to
pause.
them every
I let him
year.
respond, Mike. Let me hear your response to it. They do this, Mike. Look. Are you for the DACA pro? Hey, if they're immigrant, Mike, are you for DACA or not? That's reparations. That's free money.
Right.
Let me hear it. Are you for? If you not, let's remove it.
Right.
Oh man, it ain't the same. Oh, it ain't the same.
Right, bro.
It ain't the same, Mike. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the same.
Bro,
Come on alive and say it, brother. Come on alive and say it, Mike. You know he trolling. He ain't gonna come on live.
Hey, what'd he say?
Huh? Your reparations are in Africa. Those are the terms. Come on alive and say it, baby. That's all I want to hear.
Hey,
I
we
know
invite
you.
you. We invite you to have plausible conversation with us. What's up?
Mike, he ain't gonna come on. Let me go ahead and share my dog the link.
Hey, send him the invite. Come on up
You
here,
already
bro.
know, Mike. Hey, look, we don't run away from nothing here.
I want all the smoke.
But like I was saying, Mike, you always they're gonna avoid the conversation. Remember that, Mike. But like I said, brother, when people have this conversation, when people try to have that or say things like that, Mike, first thing I always say is a lot of them are ill-informed, Mike. You
100%.
cannot be against something and not willing to have that conversation. That's it. You know what I'm saying? When people have that conversation, Mike, I always ask them the same thing. Stand on business with it.
Right. Hey, bro, you should have seen me all weekend long having this conversation. I was leaving people dumbfounded.
You hear my Don't let your mouth write a check. Get on, baby. Look,
hey,
Mike, I don't want to hear it till you get on, baby.
Hey, we sent you the
Mike,
link.
I don't want
Come on.
That's it. I'll let hey, you got Twitter fingers, baby. Stand on business in person. I don't want to hear them talking. Stand on business in person.
Come on,
hey, let me drop it again. Let me
drop
go ahead
in the comments so he see
I already dropped it, Mike. Mike, let me do it. Listen, you listen to Mike?
I would love to have an open
Mike, let me go ahead and
dialogue
get the Mike. Let me get it again.
Hey, look, let me sit up. Come on. I want
Mike,
to have an open dialogue.
neither of you is Mike. Look, I ain't got. Hey, brother, you already showed that you're pussy. I'm gonna leave it alone. Mike, moving on. All that talking.
Hey,
get on.
Hey, bro, check this out. I don't know what welfare is. I grew up probably better than you.
Hey, Mike, it's in this trailer park, Mike. I'm sorry. That's what it is. It's in this trailer park. You hear me?
Double wide ass.
That's it, Mike. Hey, I'm gonna tell your mama on the BBC later, okay? I got something for her, Mike. You hear me? That's it.
Hey, me and Terrell running the train on your mom.
That's it. That's it. Double bang. Soul pole coming. Anyway, Mike, what I was saying, but Buddy's scared to stand on business. Mike. He already left. Mike, like you was saying, G, all these people having this conversation about that Charlie Kirk thing, I just asked them the same thing, Mike. When did we stop having a problem with people getting their hands put on? It ain't never been no issue. Throughout history, Malcolm X's children are in court right now, Mike, seeking justice about their father being killed 60 years ago.
Right, bro.
What we talking about? Like you said, Mike, but I will say the off-code behavior we don't see as much. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Bro, look. I'm going to let you enjoy your time, dog. I'm going to go ahead and look. I'm going to let you enjoy your time, brother. I'm going to mute you for a while. You hear me? I'm going to put you in timeout because you're scared to get on the live and talk like a man. I understand in your trailer park, they don't talk chest to chest and man to man. But until you're willing to do that, brother, you don't need to have no conversations. We're going to ignore you for a while. But like we were saying, Mike, so many people are not used to standing on business, Mike, or in person. They don't understand that when you speak about certain things, there's consequences to it. Charlie was talking that big talk. Not saying we want it to happen, Mike.
No, and that's what I want to premise. Speaking your opinion and saying things that you think are true, no one should ever lose a life, lose a family member or a loved one because of that. I would say I will condemn anybody who is happy that this man lost his life because he was a family man. He did have a family and he had kids and a wife. And if you are happy that someone has lost their life due to speaking their own mind, that's not cool. I will be the first person to say that and say that me and Terrell do not stand for that. But I will say, if you spew hatred all the time, sometimes that hatred will come out and touch you. That's the only
Can I
thing I
say
will
something,
say.
Mike? I
What's
ain't
up?
shed a tear.
Right.
Me and Mike ain't cried. We understood when you made them accusations, bro. It is what it is. What me and Mike saying. We ain't for it, but we ain't shed no tear neither.
100%.
That's the main thing, Mike. Mike, now that we got to talk about, I had another great talking point for you, brother. Man, Mike, let me go ahead and find it, Mike. Did you see the new news about Radio Rico, Mike? Have you heard about that?
No.
So what's going on, Mike? There's actually a lawsuit pending about Radio Rico. Let me go ahead and find it for you, Mike. But radio stations are being included in the inclusion. Let me put it in right now, Mike. Let me find it. I'm gonna try to find it for me, down. There are sources out there that are coming about. Let me go ahead and send it to my dog right quick so you can share the screen. Radios are being included in what federal government on illegal investigation radio station for money laundering, Mike, illegal
Damn.
racketeering, fraud, payola, and other activities that we're going to see in radio stations across the country, Mike. Payola. They're saying that's why songs by certain artists only get played. That's why we don't have it going organic sound, organic media, Mike. But these is something that Radio Rico is pending, Mike. And somebody that comes from the music industry, Mike, that's background is in that. How true is payola as far as you becoming famous? How true is that, dog?
Being that I worked at a smaller radio station, now I will say I personally never took any money for to play somebody's song. I just do it for the love of the art, right? If
Yeah,
I listen to it, and I feel that you should have an opportunity because your music is good, I'll play it off the strength of just good music, right?
right,
But
right.
but there, I have known it's frowned upon, but it's like peanuts at a baseball game. It's something that's embedded in the culture, right? Like you have a good song and you think your song can have some traction. People ain't doing nothing for free. I will say that. Like people ain't doing nothing for free. Some may do it for exposure for when you blow up. Some may do it like some people may do it just for the love, but like I'm saying, like people have got their palms greased. I've seen it. Oh, play my song a few times a month. I give you XYZ. Really and truly, if you got a good song, people will love to play it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But money make the world go round. So I do believe that this is happening all across America for sure.
And I'm gonna play the video which I saw that Mike. That's gonna be more of a detailed background that we can speak on it and more. Let's get to it, Mike. Take a listen, family. iHeartRadio has been accused of payola, Mike. All these stations they see across here, Mike, and if you got a deal with iHeartRadio, they can make your record go platinum. You can pay for it by paying a certain amount of money to the higher ups. They will play your record over and over and over again. That is what Drake was trying to push when he tried to say payola. Like Drake wouldn't get his record pushed through payola, Mike. Let's keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? We know Drake's records been getting pushed by bots and all of that crazy stuff. He was trying to do the same thing because he lost the war. But we're seeing a crackdown on fake streams, Mike. Artists buying material. Young Thug even said, Mike, look at all these fake streams by number. Drake at the number one. Everybody quiet about this, Mike. Drake had over 100,000 fake streams, Mike. What?
Man, my thing is this.
Let me hear it. Taylor Swift, Mike, Bad Bunny, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Eminem, Travis Scott. What?
Everybody does it, but it doesn't make it right, right? But we have come to a point where your music isn't good if no one is streaming it. And now we have to super inflate the streams every time to win the awards and to keep up with the Joneses and to do these things. But if you organically just had good music, the music would do it for itself. But people are getting greedy. They want awards. They want bonuses. You know, some people have like business deals with the record label. If you sell X amount of things, we have incentives in the contract. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, it's just amazing to me to see this happen in real time, Mike, knowing how the art would come from. Because I think number one, the reason why music is so people say hip hop is so bad is because of the heavy presence of the stream. I will say, Mike, I feel like there's been a lot of great music that has dropped this year. I think Kendrick reset hip hop. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to Chance new album, Mike. I don't know if I sent it to you. It was fire. Independent Clips album, fire. Tory Lanez album, fire. Right? There has been a lot of great hip hop music that has dropped. The problem is the newer artists that are getting the push are the hood. It's not the what is getting pushed from the industry is not as good. And that's the problem what you're saying, Mike, which you're absolutely right about. But I don't know how you combat that, Mike. Can they combat it, or do we just need to let big record labels down now?
It's the pendulum is too far to the left. I can't, and I think the damage is already done. Kind of like when we saw the malls, right? We saw the malls starting to die because of Amazon and online shopping. I think it is only a matter of time that record labels have left. Like a cancer prognosis, like you got a few years left. Streaming has really, really, really changed the game. And plus AI, you ain't even gotta write your own music no more. AI will write it for you, and you can just reap the benefits of it. So I don't think it can come back. If it could, it's never gonna be the same again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something totally different. But I think we are too far gone for it to be back.
I agree. And I think one of the biggest reasons why it is back per se, Mike, is that when Kendrick made a conversation against Drake, Mike, it's a video right here that's worth 1,000 words, Mike, and I want to hear your reaction to it. Pay attention, family. Fair use.
So we're going to sit up here and act like Drake didn't come out the closet.
What's your type of girl that you want to marry? You look at a girl and you're like, that's she's wifey. Why would you know that you've never had that thought?
I don't think that the world is like, see, you pay attention to a lot of what people say and think, right? And I think that's the one area where I feel like I don't know if the world is ready to accept like what I feel is like my
dream.
Yeah, what is my like partner?
He switched the word to partner. What wouldn't the world accept other than a minor and a man?
Damn.
Okay.
The world is ready to accept like what I feel is like my
dream.
Yeah, what is my like partner?
Mike, that did make me pause to see that in real time. I ain't
like what you talking about, bro? What we not ready to accept, dog?
Kendrick is speaking again, dog.
As long as they be like inquiring minds want to know.
To say that like that, Mike already was like, bro, what you on?
100%. Like, yeah, your partner. What kind of partner you gonna have, my boy?
And why, if it's a shorty you choose in love, why does it matter, bro?
100.
It make that lyric of Kendrick A minor hit even harder again. And I'm gonna tell you something else, Mike, that really got me too. Drake did mess up hip hop a lot. Can we keep it funky too, Mike? The trendy, I'ma ride your wave. I don't have a sound. I don't have any substance. Kendrick was not lying about that. He wasn't. So, I mean, when you hear that such great reset, Mike, question come to my mind too, Mike. Why does he only interview white people?
Because niggas would eat that ass up, bro.
You notice that, Mike? I'm like, why does Drake only sit with white people? Why is that?
Because they make him comfortable. He's white, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man.
They make him comfortable. He's white. Has he sat down with the Breakfast Club before?
Mike, it's been at least over 10 years, ain't it? I don't think I've seen him sit down with any black people since the Kendrick thing.
He ain't sat down with no black people from Toronto or Canada, like a black blog or anything like that.
I don't really consider Casanet black. I don't think he has any substance or, you know what I'm saying, or any conversation or say anything about that subject or just, you know what I mean? And
I
I
get you.
will say something even more deeper, Mike. You know, I'm glad you said that. I was going to save it for now, but I got to get my dog Mike's response to it. You know, our boy Deion said something deep this week, and I was like, let me hear my dog Mike's take on this, Mike. Fair use, Mike, fair use. And this is about iSpeed and Casanet. Mike, you ready?
Really woke friend. I show speed in Harold in a see-through building in Harold's eating fried chicken surrounded by white people. It's some human zoo minstrel show shit. That's human zoo behavior. Let's watch this nigger. Can I say that? They be letting that fly? Let's watch this nigger eat fried chicken in Chicago. Hey guys, gather around. This black guy's eating chicken. Oh, this black guy, he's doing dances with the natives. He's doing native dances. That's some minstrel show shit. That's human zoo behavior. Actually, for black creators, streaming is a minstrel show and it is a human zoo. Why are we on a camera 24 hours a day for 30 days? If this isn't the Truman Show, if this isn't a human zoo. Am I being overly woke? Am I the overly woke friend? Maybe.
Bro, I'm glad he got himself together. I
You
know we won't banging with dude for a minute.
gotta be on 24/7. You can't make a mistake. You can't. You're literally like surveilling your own life. You're really turning your life into a reality TV show in real time. This is dark, nigga. That shit is dark.
Take your attention, Mike. Say what you said again, family. I ain't hear you.
Nah, I'm glad he got himself together, bro. You know we won't banging with
Of
Buddy
course.
for a minute.
Hey, Mike. Hey, family fight all the time. We fight, Mike. But your take on that, Mike. I know Mike big on the minstrel show and the step and fetch it. Mike has referenced that before. What do you think about that, Mike? He hit home with me when he said it.
He did.
Is it
bro.
minstrel show behavior? And have you seen that video he's referring to, Mike, or do you need to see it?
Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up.
I got you. Let me go ahead and pull it up. Go ahead and say what you were saying, fam. I'll cook up while I pull it up.
You know, bro. It's very hard for me to accept the step and fetch it and the Sambos and all that. For the simple fact, is it a minstrel show though? What he talking about, bro? I gotta, cause you know that's
I
gonna hurt
will
my
say,
soul.
Mike, the video's cringe. I'm gonna go ahead and play it for my dog now.
All right.
These are only white boys outside.
He tripping. Okay. They shot Hero chicken wings. Okay.
How is it? Yeah.
Hell yeah!
All right.
Damn!
Harold did good, huh?
One more? That one is good. It's good though. I don't know. It's good. Damn. Oh hell no.
Mike.
Bro. It's not that much money in the world that would make me do some shit like that, bro. Was bro trolling? Like, was he trolling? Like, I don't know, bro. Like,
Deontay don't be missed often, Mike. He don't miss often when he say something, do it.
Bro, to have white people looking at you eat KFC is wild, bro. Like this. I'm flabbergasted, bro. That's real live Sambo live behavior, bro. On TV. I had to condemn that young brother. Like, come on, bro. Everything ain't worth the almighty dollar, my nigga. And you doing that right there has set us back. And for you to do that, I already know you an Uncle Tom ass nigga, bro. And 40 lashes shall you get.
When he said it and I watched that, Mike, I was like, that is cringy, man. Why they got the cameras out? Why are you eating like, what are you doing, bro?
Ain't nobody be like, this is uncomfortable right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody be like, dog, like, what in the world do y'all got going on?
Now I saw it too, Mike, and I was like, people be like Deontay overly woke. I said, no, he on point right there. Like, what are we doing? And it's only white people, Mike. You notice that?
Only white people, bro.
And I'm like, y'all don't think that's cringe to be in front of Harold's? Like, Harold's been in Chicago for years. We know that. Why
But
is he
yeah,
in Harold eating the chicken and jumping up and down? And like, we ain't trying to, we
coon
know he's
behavior,
young,
bro.
huh?
Coon behavior, bro. And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all niggas. Coon behavior should not be rewarded.
No, agree.
Coon
No, agree.
behavior, coon behavior. We should be able to come up to you and set you straight, young fella.
No, I agree, Mike. When I saw it, it made me pause. He was not overly thinking. He was not overly critical. He was not anything. But I also know, Mike, something else that made me cringe. Just let me go ahead and play it for my dog, man. I tried to find the original interview, Mike, but it's two women I hate on planet Earth, Mike. You ready?
Yeah.
Janet Pinkett Smith, Aisha Curry. Let it play.
But Aisha Curry is putting in maximum effort to let the world know that she is struggling with trying not to cheat on her husband. And because she can just smell an opportunity to embarrass this man, because she gets on every interview telling everybody about just how frustrated she is with his success, how frustrated she is that women desire him, how much she wished it was her being lusted after by people who don't give a fuck about her, how desperately she wants to get attention from other men, how locked down she feels with the kids. Every fucking interview she goes on, she unwarrantedly forces us to listen to her vent about her not wanting to be with her husband. She wants to go be Glorilla or some shit. Like, we get it, bro.
Glow.
Just go drop an album or some shit. Like, stop embarrassing this man, bro. This shit is getting pathetic. I don't know if
Roll didn't miss, Mike. If you didn't catch the backstory about it, she went on another interview saying, I want to be lusted after. I don't get no love and attention like Steph got. I have to babysit the kids. Bitch, you got butlers, housemaids. You ain't what?
Bro,
Mike, I hate him, Mike.
first of all, my jank ain't about to be doing all that, bro. 100. You don't got no respect for me, sure. You could kick fucking rocks.
I just don't get it why she don't understand her husband is Steph Curry, Mike.
Nigga, she just like, bitch, you got it made. You a chef and nobody eats your food. Like, it's
Mike,
cool. It's
Mike,
cool.
you have chefs in your house. You got Mike, you ain't working. You with the kids. What are you working the kids? Mike, let's keep it funky. You got made, bitch. You not working hard. Your man 200 M's up, 300 M's up. What you talking about?
Right. This
Good
the greatest,
dude.
arguably the greatest shooter of all time.
Mike, he a
Arguably.
good dude. Mike, he ain't cheating on you, but you want a future. Buddy said it right, Mike. You want to be Glow. That's who you want to be, Mike.
Bro, but then she gonna get a whiff of it and not be able to handle it for real.
But I just the wheels, the step, man. Y'all just need to break up with him, man. I'm tired of hearing her talk like it, man. She make me hate her, Mike. I don't even know, but I'm starting to hate her for real, Mike. Like
That's
you getting
crazy.
on your interview complaining that you ain't got enough time, Mike. What? Mike, she ain't
What do
worked
we
hard day in her life.
but what do we do? What is this culture coming to, bro?
No, that's her, Mike. Let's not put it on that, Mike. The ladies ain't acting like it, Mike. That you know what that is, Mike? I hate to say it.
Laziness.
That is what happens when you date a woman that thinks she's better than you.
Damn, nigga.
That is what happened when you get a shorty, Mike, and you bag her, and she thinks she used to look better, but you really passed her now. Remember, Steph was the corny guy, Mike. Keep it funky. Light skinned, corny brother. But then he became Steph Curry, and she don't look at him like that.
See, the problem is she's never looked at him like that. Us men need to stop dating these women that have never looked at us like that. We need to date the women that looks at us like that, the woman that dreams of us, the woman that had those thoughts about us before we got together, the woman that lusts for us. We need a woman that is utterly in love with us because ain't nobody gonna fucking embarrass me like that. Ain't nobody gonna embarrass me like that at all. I promise you.
On interviews too, Mike. You know your husband, Steph Curry. You
Bro,
going on interviews saying you unhappy? What?
bro, he need to go outside shorty head. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't
No,
wish
Mike
him.
meant that from the spirit. Mike meant that from the spirit. Go, get right. You need
Bro,
that?
ain't no way you embarrassing me like that.
Right, I'm telling you, Mike, it's very few I say that I hate. But she's like, it's like, what do you have? Go be Glow, Mike. Buddy was right. Go be Glorilla. Go be Mariah the Scientist. Go be one of Future's baby mamas. Go be one of Young Boy, YB baby mama. Go do that. If that's the lifestyle you want, rather than being a NBA superstar's wife, go do that.
It's crazy Curry's wife is like that though. Oh, whoa,
Bro,
bro, oh, woe is me ass nigga. Like, nigga, you rich. You
Mike,
rich.
super rich, Mike. Super rich, Mike. What you mean? That man making, come on, Mike. You
She
really on
bored.
interview saying you not happy? What?
Bro, she bored and he ain't hitting it like that.
Bro, at that boy, well, guess what, Lee? Go get with Future and see if he hit it like that. Go be with a ninja that's gonna hit it like that. Watch, he ain't got nothing going on.
Bro.
Watch your status, Mike, go all the way down. Go
But
do it.
who are you to complain about this man on interviews as well?
Mike, I'm telling you, man, she got me to the point, Mike, I hate hearing her name. I get up like it's Jada Pinkett Smith gets me that way, Mike. Whenever I
Jada
hear her,
Pinkett Smith feel like she could do no wrong, bro.
Mike, I hate her, Mike. I hate to say those. It's just like you destroyed Will's legacy. You made that Will Smith, Mike. Will Smith to us. He all Denzel. Now he
Yeah,
broke.
that nigga crashed out and ain't never come back from that one.
Mike, he can't. He did all that for a woman that don't. Mike, he's Steph Curry. Will Smith, Mike. I see that in Steph, like, bro, no, that woman don't like you, bro. You
Bro,
Will Smith.
he slapped the nigga for a drink that for Arkansas Center and he gay.
Mike. And you got on there like, I don't know why he acted that way. I love Tupac. That nigga been dead for 30 years. Like, bitch, what?
In
I
love
hate her,
with
Mike.
Tupac, bro. In love
Mike,
with Tupac, bro.
Mike, I hate her. It's very few people I can say that about, bro, but I'm serious. I hate that bitch, bro. Like, Aisha is becoming that way, and I don't mean to talk bad about your wife, Steph. I apologize if you got to hear it that way, dog. I'm speaking on it because you are a superstar, bro. You are a superstar, and you should not have to have your old lady on the podcast. I'm unhappy. I don't want to be with him. I'm not cute. I don't get enough. Bitch, what? Go be Glow. Go be Megan. See how it work out.
Bro.
Go be Cardi, pregnant by a side nigga now.
Bro,
Go be them.
she just need her shit beat in, bro. That's all.
Man, Mike, but Mike, let's keep it funky, Mike. Now we got to keep it real. Are you that bad to even be talking that way?
Not at all. She's a regular girl.
And that's okay.
And it's cool. She's a regular smuggler girl, though.
You came up. You will never, ever touch another Steph Curry, Mike.
Yeah, she good. She good for life. Good for life. Got to make kids and everything.
I don't know, Mike. If you leave Steph, status gone.
She can't. She got 4 kids.
Mike, remember, status though, Mike. You Steph Curry's ex-wife. You know you gonna get him a new joint. Don't let him go get a Becky.
Right.
You know that's what Steph gonna do. Come on, Mike.
She close to a Becky anyway.
She close, but he gonna give him a real Becky. Then she really gone. That's all, Mike. Michael Jordan's first wife got a bag. Where she been since?
True.
That's what you got to remember, dog. Man, Mike, you killed it for the night. Oh, man. Tell the people what you got going on. Where they can find you at. What else you
What?
got going on, dog?
Just follow me at where McCall at and Mikey McCall on Facebook. Got a lot of personal challenges going on, so pray for your brother and
Absolutely.
pray that I make it out, and God is gonna see us through. There's always a silver lining in every cloud, and every cloud is always gonna be pushed away by the sun. So we good out here.
Bars by my dog Mike. Keep you uplifted in prayers. We're gonna make sure to holler at you. Keep doing good, man. Mike, we'll chop it up this week, all right?
All right, bro.
Peace. Dog Mike laid it down as always, man. Again, with another edition of Live on Sunday. A few more topics, family, that I'm gonna go ahead and let my people sleep. I gotta show this off the strength of me, off the muscle. A lot of people really argue with me about YB's superstar. And I gotta say it, man. People think when I be talking, I just be talking. I be future telling. Let me let you hear Raindrop break down what I said. Fair use.
That's the most remarkable thing I ever seen in my life. Like I sit there, we have never as a generation watched, and for it being Dallas, the opening night 2 days, they let Dallas, it wasn't even in Atlanta. It was in the D, the home of Dallas. Yeah. John Moran in that bitch, Zion in this bitch, Emmitt Smith down here. There were people everywhere, like everywhere. Obama's daughter was downstairs. So Obama's daughter was downstairs. People everywhere. Like people, I sent them a bottle of champagne. People was everywhere, right? And in the city of Dallas, like we have never seen an artist at his peak.
So this much love.
No. Perform. Think about it. When somebody at their peak, they end up going to jail or dying.
That's true. Yeah.
We never ever seen it. We never seen Tupac at his peak in Dallas or anywhere around the world. He got killed before he got to his peak. You know what I'm saying? We never seen that. We seen that with YoungBoy. Bro, he had about 17 songs. I mean, 17 song back to back that was hits that I knew that he did 2016. He had a generation of people in there that first listened to him when they was in high school. Now they got careers. You know what I'm saying? You got so many people in there that know every song. That was the most beautiful thing I ever seen in my life. I had to go see it again. You understand what I'm saying? I had to go see it again. People were telling me, man, Mo3 would have did it. No, this is remarkable.
People don't understand how big YB is. You know, I have a hard time explaining to guys my age or older how big NBA YoungBoy is. I want y'all to think about this. YoungBoy has changed the way people dress. He has changed the way young guys rap. He has changed the imagery, the sound, the videography. So many things that NBA YoungBoy has done at the remarkable age of 25. This brother is 30 and unders Tupac. YoungBoy is a generational icon at their age. Think about this. Who else can sell out an NBA stadium 2 nights in a row? Let me name them. Beyonce, The Weeknd, Taylor Swift, Chris Brown, NBA YoungBoy. That's it. There is nobody else that has that much gravitas at the peak and still ascending that can do what this brother's doing. Love, hate, dislike, you don't understand. It don't even matter. All you got to do is salute YB and his fan base. His fan base is transition of race, ethnicity, and age demographic. He is representing the most of a black male that is unapologetic at his age. That's what YB is. He expresses emotion. He expresses how you feel. No matter if you like it, love it, or hate it, man, all you got to do is see the brother got gravitas, man. They respond to his music. They respond to his sound. They respond to his energy. They respond to how he talk, bro. It is truly remarkable to see. I mean, like I said, man, it is so many people, especially that are older, that do not even understand, like, bro, this dude is way bigger than Wayne, way bigger than Drake at his peak. He is. Like I said, Wayne had gravitas. We liked him musically, but we didn't dress like Wayne. We liked Jay-Z for what he talked about, but nobody tried to look like Hov. Nobody tried to imitate 50. We had the t-shirts like Jeezy, but nobody else had that gravitas, the look, the hair. Only thing I can say dress-wise was Dipset. Only thing close, maybe Chief Keef. But NBA YoungBoy is all of them into one. Love, hate, dislike. He's an icon. A superstar. Did you catch what I said? The Weeknd, Beyonce, YoungBoy, Taylor Swift, Chris Brown. That's it. That's it. And you can't do nothing but salute the brother. A lot of people truly don't understand it, man. They go against the grain. They make silent treatment saying, oh, man, I disagree with the brother. Ain't that hot? Bullshit. The brother's hot. He is tremendous, awesome, amazing. Bottom line. Next up, man, the Thug interview is passed, right? 1080J, 1090J, whatever brother's name is, went on Vlad TV and did not know who Big Bank was. Let me say this for all podcasters. 22 academics, 1090J, you are not a part of the culture to not know who Black American icons are, my boy. If ain't nobody gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you 1090J. But you do not know who Big Bank is in Atlanta, you're not a part of the culture, bro. The streets look at Big Bank a lot. And for you to be a street guy and not know that, my nigga, you not tapped in that you think you are. Big Bank bigger than you. Big Bank got more quality of paper and pull and sway than you. Well, nobody respect you like him. And for you to say, I don't know who that guy was, you not tapped in 1090. You tapped in with the white boys, but not the culture. You have zero influence and zero sway. To make a comment like that, say, I don't know who Big Bank is in Atlanta when he got the streets on lock. You ain't never had an interview that high. You post on niggas snitching on paperwork that people do. They don't come to you for no insight. Nobody's sitting no game and chopping it down with you. You won't get that respect like Big Bank got. You won't get the sway, the interview, the tactics. You would never get that. I'm going to put that in the atmosphere. There's no shade towards you, brother. But that shows me you're not tapped in with the culture. You vulturing over top of it. You try to mimic and get into Black culture. You ain't in it. You ain't tapped in. You ain't got no sway. You ain't got no pull. You ain't got nothing. Just the truth, brother. It's no shade. It's just the facts that we live in. And I'm going to keep it there, 1090J. For you to say that comment right there really hurt your credibility from my point of view. You a street guy, street element, in the street politics. Stay on the sidewalk, my boy. Stay on the motherfucking sidewalk. You know, another topic I want to chop into, man, I think it's really important. I need to say something on. I definitely need to speak something on this week, man. We had the conversation about what is Black culture, right? We always tend to have that conversation every week, every time, you know, everybody, man. But this right here kind of took the cake, man. Shorty, I didn't believe it, but I had to look up the facts for it, right? I had to look up the facts to see if Shorty was accurate, but Shorty was accurate when she pointed this out to me, man. I want y'all to pay attention to the new swagger tagging terminology and what you need to hear. Fair use.
So somebody sent me a video of this Caribbean lady that was talking about how they're starting the FBC, Foundational Black Caribbeans, and because you know they're foundational to the Caribbean and they're native to the Caribbean and they're they were victims of slavery and all that stuff. You know what? Y'all got to stop taking these L's because they're y'all are just giving people more and more reason to call you a tether. Honestly. Where is your uniqueness? Where is your individuality? Like, why do you have to do everything that we do? Why you got to copy all of everything we do? Copy our swag? Don't you know that nobody pays attention to the copycat? Nobody likes the copycat. Nobody respects the copycat. People like people who are unique and different. So it's like, if you want to start this, just even if it's as a joke, it's like, come up with your own shit. Like, is it really that hard?
It is, because you got to understand culturally that is a part of what they go through. A lot of the times when we talk about Black American culture, you got to understand anti-Biden is in our culture. A lot of people don't know what that means. I grew up hearing Yo, don't bite me. You have to be unique. You have to be original. You have to be creative. In foundational Black American culture, there is an energy of creativity. You cannot be biting, no swag. You must come up with your own flow. You must come up with your own originality. You must be innovative on your own. There is a movement in Black American culture that says, hey, FBAs, we don't bite to the swag. If you from New York, have your own penmanship. If you from down south, you got to sound like you from there. That's why the culture is so strong. Nobody bites each other. Everybody must have their own uniqueness. People from other cultures could bite swagger, stab each other in the back, go against you, snitch on your homeboy, have a toxic culture. So they try to come at us saying we don't have no culture. No, we have a culture of not biting, my boy. We don't bite over here. You must come original. You must develop your own sound. You must be organic. You must be different. Innovation is something embedded in us. You must be innovative and different. Nobody wants to hear the same thing over and over. That's a part of Black American, foundational Black American culture. Anti-biting. What she said was true. Yo, why you swagger jack? Why you biting? Why you doing the same thing we doing? Because it's not in us to do that. That is what we got to understand as most Black Americans, is that is something unique to what we do, y'all. So when you hear that culture point, you got to point that out. Hey, we don't have biting in our culture. Hey, we don't have you copy another man's swag. Hey, everybody got to be different on their own. We don't do that. Please do your own thing. Please have your own swag. We're not messing around with you not having your own swag. We actually love that. But don't try to copy and imitate what we got going on. You feel me? Make sure you do your own thing. You show your own love. You guarantee your own results. That is a part of foundational Black American culture. Next subject I want to talk into, 3 more for the live. Comment, share, like, subscribe to the channel, brother. Share the live, share the live, share the live. Next up, baby. Arch Manning had a tough week. Arch Manning, the generational talent, the brother that said he was going to be the GOAT of the era. Let me show you what I said. All my Arch Manning apologists at. Where y'all at? I don't want to hear no ducking. I don't want to hear no dodging. He is the Bronny James of college football. 5 of 16 with 69 yards. He trash. Don't give me he's still learning. He been in the program 3 years, man. It was a whole lot of y'all bumping y'all gums. Give him time. He gonna do better in the next round. He's still young. If it was Shador, the energy would not be the same. Look, I ain't seen this on ESPN. Lead nothing. You mean to tell me a 5-star recruit playing UTEP in year 3 and throwing picks for 5 and 6? Listen, I know y'all don't want to hear this, all the people out there that like to camp and parlay. The buddy ain't that good, bro. If his name was Arch Johnson, Arch Williams, we wouldn't be showing him this much love. I'm here to tell the facts. What an Arch Manning apologist at? Where y'all at? What they at, baby? I just, you know what I mean? Whenever we heard that talk, we don't like to keep going. The brother was Heisman and front runner, sensational. He got all the love, admiration, 27 commercials before the first game. What buddy at? I don't see nobody talking no more. I ain't heard nothing about Arch Manning. Y'all told me he was generational. I'm just standing on business and hold accountability with it. Y'all told me he was going to revolutionize the sport. He better than Lamar. He better than Caleb. He better than Trevor. I want the same smoke. Call the police on him. He should be arrested for theft, perjury, and fraud. We have defrauded the American public by thinking them think that boy got talent when he ain't that good. He ain't. It ain't no shade. It ain't no disrespect behind it. But we got to tell the truth, people. Stand on business, tell the truth about everything that we talk about. We got to be honest and transparent about it. If Buddy ain't that damn good, that's what we got to say, man. I'm tired of everybody wishy-washy things. We like to be keeping 100 about certain subjects. Keep it 100 all the time. And keeping it 100 has to do with this. If you ain't that talented, you should get disrespected the same way. The energy and disrespect and appreciation is being the same. I give appreciation energy the same way I give disrespectful energy. So for anybody that says to me, why you so harsh? I'm the same way no matter what, big dog. If you ain't that good, I'm going to keep the same energy when you ain't that good. When you are that good, I'm going to give you the praise and accusation the same way you are that good. But I don't give a damn if you don't like it or not. We got to have the same energy across the board. What I don't like is people don't keep the same energy. We keep it 75. We don't like to keep it real about certain subjects. I keep it real no matter what. I don't give a damn if you don't like it or not. Buddy trash. End of discussion. Buddy trash. Buddy ain't that good. He needs to. That's what need to happen. We need to boom on real time. We need to see who we're going to be. If his name wasn't Manny, he wouldn't have no goddamn commercials. Stop with that, man. Stop with the agenda. Let's keep it 1,000. Sports is the only thing we got in this country that is truly about merit. Let's keep it that way. Ain't no matter what your name is in your jersey, man. You still got to prove it, big dog. You still got to show up every day and work it, big dog. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. If we truly are a merit-based society where you got to put your hard hat on, where you got to develop, you got to work hard, you got to play, you got to perform, you got to do, keep doing it. All that other sway about this and this and this and that, man, I ain't trying to hear it, man. And I get tired of hearing the sway about it. I get tired of it, man. It makes me dislike it. I'm telling you. As if ever live, I heard it. Yo, if you have not heard, Memphis, Trump sending them boys down there. Be ready. Memphis, Trump is sending them boys down there. Protect your family. Listen, they going to fix that city, man. Memphis, Tennessee, it's over. The federal government, the National Guard, is going to stand on business. Love it, like it, hate it. What's about to happen, big dog? Scary times we're living in, but it's going to be even more scarier. What we're about to see, it's about to affect us. Finally, thank you for tapping in with me. Thank you, Crowder Gang, for listening to me, watching the live. Shout out to BNBC with another successful weekend. We got our first ever mixer hitting February 26th. Let me say it again. September 26th, that Friday, 7 to 11. I'm going to keep on dropping the flyer and give you more information. That's our next coming event. Also, things I wish my parent would have taught us is on Amazon. You can preview and follow me. Speaking engagement. We got it coming on in. I'm cooking up my next edition for the speaking engagement book, and I'm also reading the other professional development device I got going on. Personally, we got a lot of things going on still, y'all. A lot of things cooking up. Homecoming is next month. Hampton versus, I can't believe who we playing. You'll see me up there shooting content, meeting my people, going back home, enjoying a vacation. While you can, y'all, I want you to check on your people. I want you to see what they got going on. I want you to call your family and loved ones. I want you to see what they got going on. I want to make sure you check on your family. Tell your mom and their daddy they love you. Tell your people you love them. Tell the people you think about it. Protect yourself. This world, we got a lot of things going on this holiday season. The economy is going to be rough. Don't lie about it. Be transparent. Be open. Be honest. And be knowing. This is about to go on. It is your boy, King Crowder. Stay tuned to what I got going on. Support your boy. Hit the Cash App. Hit the like. Hit the follow. That's more important to me than anything, man. I'm so glad that all my people could tune in with me, Crowder Gang. I love you. Make sure these next 7 days you kill it. Whatever you working on, let's finish strong. We got 2 more weeks left in the third quarter. All of our goals for 2025 in the third quarter. Finish them. Finish strong or whatever you got working on. For me, writing, budgeting, finishing up my holiday plans, moving around with the family. Now that we know what we got going on, make sure we enjoy it. Make sure you spend time. Make sure you have fun. And make sure you continue to live your life. Shout out to Bud Crawford for getting that W, representing for the Black Americans in this country. It is your boy, King Crowder. Until next time.